All right, folks. So for this video, it's actually going to start out a new series using Maya. And so I'm going to go ahead and open my Maya 2026 for this. You should be able to do pretty much what I'm going to show you in any version of Maya, depending on which one you have installed. So we're just going to do some basic modeling, and again, kind of the same type of rigging as we've done previously, if you've seen my blocky character video, except this time we are going to go through the process of creating a little Lego character. Because just like the Maya blocky character videos, that little style of character, their movement is real easy to rig. This one we are going to, for the most part, rig it the same, but I may show you a couple other things with how your rig could also work. Um, so I may add those videos into this series, but it'll show you how to model out this little guy. So we've got a front view, uh, side view, and a back view. I don't know if we're going to need the back view. Really, I only have it made so that in case we decide we want to make it look like an authentic Lego character and put the little holes where his legs are, where his legs would connect to a block. Those are there for reference. So I'm going to go into Maya, going to hit the new button, and then to start out, as we've done before, if you've watched my other videos, I'm going to go to File, Project Window, and I'm going to hit this new button here, and I'm going to call this Lego Man, and pick a location. I'm going to go ahead and put it in my downloads, and I'll just put the folder there, hit select. Then I'm going to leave everything else, hit accept, and I'm going to go ahead and do a file, save scene as, and I'm going to call this Lego, Lego Man 1. And then I'm going to hit save as. And then I want to go down to close out this. Whoops. I'm going to close out my picture viewer, but I'm going to go to my views here. I'm going to take these guys and I'm going to, and I'll show you this real quick just to show you how it's going to work in case you have not watched my other series. Um, Over here on my toolbar, I'm going to go to this panel layout one, click on it, and you'll see that it gives us our perspective view, top view, front view, side view. And for any of these, you can go to view, image plane, import image, or even a movie if you want to bring in a video file. And you'll see that it's going to pull from our source images file or folder. So I'm going to go ahead and go back here. I'm going to take these, cut them, go into my Lego Man folder, go to source images. I'm going to go ahead and paste them in there. That way, they are stored nicely because again, you want to keep everything organized as best you can so that you know where everything is. If you had to share this file with somebody, they could easily go through and find everything. All right, so I'm going to go back over to Maya. If your screen does not look like mine, let's go ahead and up in the top right corner, there's the workspace drop down. It should be defaulting to general. If it's not on general, go ahead and choose general and then also click on it and tell it to reset current workspace. You'll see it put mine back to one panel. If I press the space bar with my mouse over this panel, because I haven't chosen this yet, I'm going to choose panel layout now. Then if I press space bar over the top of one of them, it'll jump between the full version or full view of the one I'm over when I press space bar. If I press space bar again, it goes back to the quad view. And I've always found this is the easiest way to model. All right, so next thing we're going to do is go to our front view, go to View, Image Plane, Import Image. We're going to choose our front model sheet. Then I'm going to go to View on the side panel. You'll see it says Side. And I'm going to go ahead and do Image Plane, Import Image, Side View. Now you'll notice if I zoom in on my perspective, we got one little issue. My character is facing in the side view the wrong direction. I want him facing this way because the front of my little cube here says this is the front. So I want his front in the side view facing this. So an easy fix for that is if I select my panel here and I go to, I'm going to try to make sure I get this one right. But I always pick the wrong one. You try on the y-axis. Nope, wrong one. Let's see. Nope. Okay, so it has to be X. Yeah. So on X, scale X over here in our channel box, so if you select it, the side view, that'll bring up the channel box options if you're clicked on it. For scale X, put it to -1, and basically it just flips it. It makes the invert version of itself. Then you want to just make sure that these guys, the front view and the side view, kind of match up with each other from top to bottom. I think I made them pretty close to the exact same height, so they should match up pretty well. Then, once you've got that in place, take the side view with your move selection tool. I'm going to go ahead and push it back. Then the front view, I'm going to grab it, push back on the blue arrow to push it back. That way they're not in the middle where I'm going to be building. Then I'm going to go ahead and select them both. And I'm going to scale them up. And then I'm also going to go ahead and move them up. I just like putting their feet close to the top of this grid. Now you can turn this grid on and off if you want. And something's off now. I think, let me check. I'm going to set my translate back to 0 for all of them real quick. So over in my channel box, I'm just setting everything back to 0 for the translate to put them back in the center because something was off with the feet. This one's off, not nearly as tall, so I'm going to scale it up a hair more. Then I'm going to pull it down some. See if those match up a little better. Okay, so now I've got them bigger and they're sized right. I'll bring his little feet up. I'm going to push him back. I'm going to push him back. Again, this is just to move them out of my way when I'm modeling right here. All right, so next thing I'm going to do, you'll notice I have them over here. Just going to select them both. And you can actually, if you want to be really organized, select this one, rename it, call it front reference. Click on this one, call it side reference. And so now you have both of those labeled properly. You can shift select them. If you do not see your outliner here, which shows you everything that is in your scene, you can go up to Window, down to Outliner. That will give you the ability to see everything that's in your scene. And out of here, it's a lot easier at times when you start getting a whole bunch of stuff in your scene. It's a lot easier to have everything labeled correctly and then be able to go select stuff in here. So I'm going to select both of them. So I'm selecting front reference, holding control and selecting side reference. Then I'm going to go over to my channel box layer editor. And down here where it says display layers, I'm going to click this diamond that has a little circle on it. If you hover over it, says create a new layer and assign selected objects. If I do that, now my references are a part of this layer. If I turn this V on and off, it turns the visibility on and off. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on the name, rename layer 1 to be references, and hit save. Then I'm going to go to this third little box here. I'm going to click on it once, it turns on transparency. Click on it again, it turns on reference. The moment I click away, it will not let me click on those guys if reference is on. Once it's back off, I can click on them again. But I don't want to accidentally mess up my references where they're located, so I put it into reference mode. All right, so that is getting us set up. Oh, let's do one last thing before we end this video. For the front view and the side view, which is where we're going to do our most work when modeling this little guy, let's go to view, or sorry, not view, shading, and let's turn on X-ray. Then we'll go to the front view, go to shading, X-ray. Basically what that's going to do is it's going to let us see through the objects as we create them so that we can still see our reference image. Also, if you saw what I just did, I moved my window down. If you have not watched my other videos, to move around in the panels using your mouse, if you're hovering over a panel, mouse wheel scrolling forward and backwards will zoom in and out. Holding Alt and holding down the middle mouse wheel will allow you to pan all around. If you're in perspective view, holding Alt and left mouse button will let you rotate the perspective view, and then Alt and right mouse button will let you zoom in and out as well. But if you have a wheel on your mouse, it's just as easy to use the wheel. All right, so what I'm going to do now, go ahead and do a file save, or save scene, sorry. And that is where we'll end this episode. All right, we'll see you in the next one when we start modeling out this character.